Okay, first off, my voice is super scratchy. Every time I travel and I get a little bit of like rest and digest, this is what happens, and I get a sinus infection. I had cocktails. I stayed up way later than I normally did. I got a lot of room service that was like campfire chocolate chip cookies, raspberry torts. Anyway, it always results in a sinus infection. So here I am, and I hope you can hear me. But I wanted to do a little sit down and chat episode because a lot of women that come into like my program, into the Angie method, they, how do I say this? They already come in with doubt. They already come in with disbelief that they actually think they could be in the body that they envision for themselves. Maybe it's something that they remember that they looked like before they were married. Maybe it was on their wedding day. Maybe it was before kids. Maybe it was like their college athlete self. Maybe it was looked like in high school, but they just think because of the way life is. Maybe it's their hormones. Maybe it's their work-life like relationship. Like maybe their work is so demanding. Maybe their demands of being a parent are so much. Maybe they, suffer from some type of autoimmune disease or whatever it is. It's like all these different reasons. They're like, I could never be in that body, right? Like I couldn't get there. And so they come in with doubt. They come in with fear or whatever, and they sure as heck don't think it could be easy to get in the body that they want because of all these other factors or variables, and really not easy to maintain it. And so I shared this post on Instagram and Facebook the other day, and I was like, what if we just decided it was easy to be fit and to stay fit? What if we decided it was easy to know how to eat and what to eat, and to enjoy our food, both foods that are nutrient dense, so like your fruits, your vegetables, your lean proteins, your good fats, as well as know how to go in and enjoy those foods that are more calorie dense, that are all about experience and connection and nostalgia and all that good stuff. A lot of us don't think that's easy. We think it's one way or the other. There's actually like a dichotomy that we struggle with. Like a lot of people that, I chat with, a lot of women, they're like, well, if I want to look like you, like I just can't have fun, right? Like I can't go out and socialize with my husband or my girlfriends. Like I have to give up wine. I have to give up dessert. I have to give up all these things. I have to work out 7 days a week. And right now, like I'm busy trying to be a really good mom, or like I'm really, crushing it in my career. That's my priority. That's my value. And that's okay, right? But they think there's a dichotomy that they can only have one or the other. And so what I'm saying, it's easy to have it all, right? When you have a strategy and a mindset that gets you there easily. So when people look at me and they're like, well, I can't be in that body. I'm like, well, why not, right? Like I wasn't always in this body. I had to figure out a way to make it easy to make health and fitness just fit seamlessly into my life. It didn't just happen out of nowhere, right? Like I've had my own transformation. I've lost 30 pounds like post-college and then maintained probably for the last 8 years, besides being pregnant and IVF, where it has been easy to be in this body. But it took a little bit of discovering things about myself and beliefs that I had about being healthy and fit, because I too thought, well, there's no way I can look like that, right? If I want to still go out and be social and party and have fun with my friends, or there's no way to look like that if I want to excel in my business. But I just had to figure out what truly were my priorities and my values and build a plan around that. Okay, so how did I do it? Where was I before? And how did I get here where I just walk around in the body that I want to be in, physically and mentally and emotionally? How did I do that? How am I still like an entrepreneur and a mom of 2 3-year-olds and it just all feels really easy? Well, there was a very pivotal moment when I decided I wanted it to be easy. So I had gone through all the diet plans. I'm sure the same as you have. Like if you're watching this channel, you're probably just like me. You've probably tried every diet out there and you tried to push away from pain when you're like, I don't recognize this person. I don't like how I look in the mirror. I don't like how I feel in my clothes. Like I'm tired of wearing the same black shirt over and over again. Like, where did I lose myself, right? Like I want to feel confident again. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel at peace. I want to feel food freedom, right? But sometimes the pain so much, we just push away from pain. So we do the diet and then the next diet and then the next diet. And the same vicious cycle happens, or we jump ship because like, oh, that one's working for my girlfriend. Oh, that one's working for my neighbor. I'll go do that one. That was me. I was so tired of being in a body that was not a reminder of who I used to be as an athletic, like really confident person. So I just push away from pain. I'd push away from pain. And I got so exhausted. I was so fatigued. Like I had owned a gym. Like it wasn't a matter of me working out. Like I was fit. I was doing the thing. But I did lack in understanding myself and my relationship with food and what I wanted food to do for me and to give me the body that I wanted. And so I remember this moment and I was like, that's it. Like, I've done all the diets, I've done all the cleanses, I've done all the pills. I'm like, this is no way to live that I feel like I can't have dessert and I can't socialize and I can't do this or I have to eat broccoli. I'm like, I don't want to be stuck to somebody else's rules. Like I want to create the rules. Then I might enjoy the process if a plan is built around me rather than me fitting the mold of the plan. So there's this moment, and I remember it was 2015. It was like August of 2015. I was like, Paul, like, what is this, right? Like, why do I still have all this fat on my body? Like we've owned the gym for 5 years. I work out. I've tried Whole30 and Isogenics and Beachbody and you name it, I did it. Paleo, Advocare, whatever it was. And I'm like, and I never even saw the body I wanted with the little bit of results I would get with a lot of time, energy, and effort exhausted. And I was like, that's it, screw it. Like, I just want to eat sugar. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'll just stay this way. I'll stay stuck. Who cares about the way that I really see myself? It's not worth it for the time and energy I'm putting in. And then he appeared. Craig O'Gallagher. I think at the time he was like 25 years old and he's like driving around in Lamborghinis and his muscles are popping and he's shirtless by his pool in the backyard and all these beautiful people are around him. And I was like, well, this is intriguing. I was like, what is this ad? And he's promising like, you can eat and drink whatever you want, right? And you can be in this body and blah, blah, blah. And he called himself like gods and goddesses, like Greek gods, Greek goddesses. I was like, well, now you're speaking my language. I would like to be a Greek goddess. Like, what does it take to be a Greek goddess? And he was talking about not restricting yourself and not punishing yourself and enjoying your food and your drink and picking and choosing what you wanted to eat. I was like, what? Like, that's a thing? Like, literally, I knew nothing about nutrition, you guys. And like, I have a nutrition company now. And so I was like, tell me more. I was like, I'm going to go all in. And I remember buying his online course. It was called Warrior Shred. I think there was one for females too, but the Warrior Shred, I don't know. I read like the text and I was like, that's for me. And in 2015, that's when I decided no longer was I going to follow the rules of another plan or what my girlfriend was doing or what my neighbor was doing or what my husband was doing. Like I was going to pick and choose what I wanted to do that was in alignment with the person that I saw for myself, how I wanted to eat, how I wanted to think, how I wanted to feel, how I wanted to look. Like I was going to get to decide. And it was freeing. And so I didn't know anything about macronutrients. Like, yes, I coach it for a living, but people are like, but you know this stuff. I'm like, well, just like you, I was incompetent in that skill. I had to become competent in understanding what a macronutrient was. Why do I eat protein? Why do I eat carbs? Why do I eat fat? Why do I eat a balanced ratio of them? How much do I eat in correlation to what I want my body to do in terms of like getting leaner or maintaining weight? Like I knew none of it, but I went all in. And all those other programs, you know what was missing, why it wasn't easy? Well, a couple things. First off, I wasn't in the driver's seat. I wasn't picking and choosing like why I did what I did and how it made sense in my big picture of my strategy. And then the second thing was I didn't think I was worth it. And so because I didn't think I was worth it, I would lose the weight or get lean and I'd gain it all back because I hadn't decided I was all in on the goal. The goal seemed nice. Oh, that would be nice to be 10 pounds leaner. That'd be nice to see my abs, or that'd be nice to like not have that hangy stuff like in my triceps. That'd be nice, right? Like I wasn't all in. So when I decided to go all in on Craig O'Gallagher's program, I was like, I'm gonna do this darn thing. Like I'm gonna see that Greek goddess that I know I can see, that I've seen before back in high school or whatever it was. And it was easy. With a little bit of mindfulness, which then precedes awareness and that precedes action, I just had to be mindful of what I was eating and how much I was eating, and I could have whatever I want. Like I remember there were some days it was literally like donuts and chicken, but I didn't care because I was picking and choosing what made sense for me with my plan. And so I'm gonna put my little pictures up on the screen here where you can see like this is like me when I started Warrior Shred, and then here's like 8 weeks later. So I think this was like October. I remember going to a wedding and I was like, oh my God, I have abs. For 5 years, I was trying everything possible to lose the last 10 pounds or just to see the leanness. And that was in 8 weeks of me getting to choose what I wanted to eat. Like I wasn't in a closet hiding from Paul, eating like cookies because I didn't want him to know I was breaking the whole 30. Like, no, I was free. Like, I was doing it. I was like letting other people see me just have this food anxiety freedom. It was amazing. And so that was the start of me understanding it. I went on, I did all my nutrition certifications. I just tried to learn from the best of the best in the industry. I've had coaches since 2016. Like, I live and breathe this process of picking and choosing what you want to eat and when you want to eat, and then how much, like, in correlation to your goal. And once you just know that and you understand what food does for you and how it makes you feel and how it gives you the body you want, you can maintain forever. Or you can get leaner some parts of the year and then you can maintain whatever it is. And then all of a sudden it becomes easy because you get a pivot and move when seasons of life change. So as my season of life changed, I didn't know we'd have to do IVF. Then we went into 3 years of IVF. But I had these tools and I had this mindset and I had this skill set to be like, oh, okay, so you're going to retain water, you're on progesterone, no big deal. You know about how much to eat and the foods that give you good energy and keep your digestion normal while you have all these hormones. You know how if you're going to have like a crazy day, you might want to build in something to look forward to enjoy. So then you see my pictures. Here's 2017, like right before we started my first IUI. I did 3 IUIs and 3 rounds of egg retrievals in 1 year. And then fast forward to like, I think this picture is like April, May of 2018 after I wrapped up my last IVF retrieval. And I was like, I need a break. So I was like, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to get lean. This is easy because I already know my go-to foods. I know how much to eat. And so back to abs popping. And then we ended up getting pregnant with our miracle identical twin boys in September. So then this is fast forward to April, the day I delivered the boys. This next picture, I think it was postpartum. Like, I feel like it was around October. I'd have to check, but it was definitely within the year. We had the boys in April. This might have been like September, October. Again, it's easy because I already put in the work and I figured out what I wanted out of my nutrition and what I wanted out of how I looked at nutrition and how it made most sense in every season of life. So if there's one thing you can gain from this video is that you can literally walk around in the body you want every single year from now on if you know that you're worth it and that you believe there's a way out there to build a plan with you in mind, and then you just put in the work to learn the skill set. So if you're incompetent right now in nutrition or macro counting or exercise or mindset stuff, become competent in it. And when you're competent, you're confident, and that allows for that quick flexibility, that quick pivot and move. Like if the season of life changes for you and it throws you a curveball, you don't just stop because you identify at that point with somebody who is healthy and fit and who knows how to literally like put the gas down a little bit more and go a little bit harder with your fitness and pull back when life requires it and put the brakes on a little bit. But it's never an on or off. And when you look at it like that and you're like, I just identify with somebody who knows what her sustenance foods are and knows how I'd like to use food and drink as a way to amplify an experience. And that's when I want to have drinks with friends or dinner out with my husband or whatever. Once you know that stuff and you know it about yourself, you'll forever be in sustain, maintain mode. And then sometimes you're just like, I'm going to get crazy lean because I want to. But it all starts with you knowing what you want, going all in, and just literally practicing it over and over and over till the skill sets are autopilot, and just those micro decisions that you make along the way that most people just won't put the work in to do. That's what makes it easy and enjoyable and exciting to be like, wow, I never have to yo-yo again. I never have to go through that vicious cycle again. And so this most recent picture is just from like, I don't know, probably a month ago. Now, granted, I'm not as lean as I was even a year ago or 2 years ago, but that's okay because I have chosen to put a little bit more on to see if I can get a little bit normal cycle. I've chosen I wanted to eat and drink a little bit more. Like I'm still lean, right? But I get to pick and choose. I'm in the driver's seat and I have all the tools and the resources to go harder when I want or maintain when I don't want, and just to be completely freed of that vicious diet cycle that just felt so hard. I want it to feel easy for you. So that was my little couch chat with you. Hopefully it connected. Hopefully it just gives you that little bit of like belief where you're like, wow, it could be easy. Like I don't have to live with those thought viruses anymore about what should I eat? How should I move? What are people thinking about me in this outfit? Should I wear this? What about that? Like I can't go on date night. Like literally just freed of it all. And you just make it work. That's all I got. Hey, if you like today's episode, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit that red button to subscribe for future episodes where I'll drop fitness, food, mindset, fun, all the good stuff. All right, guys, chat soon.